It does weaken up the LGD team fight quite a bit, though, compared to what they normally are accustomed to, which is 5 heroes that excel in that department.
What are they looking to win mid with the bounty hunters? Always going to be the big question.
The Templar Assassin is still in the pool. It's maybe you mentioned the Ember Spirit. Still, I don't think he wins mid, so maybe then you just put like a gyro mid and just give him a little help from the bounty.
You don't really,
if you want to win mid, TA, there's a Viper. It's a Burning Anti-Mage. Aha! IG, here we go.
You know, it's like
they're pulling out all the like, okay, we need a win here. Let's just get our iconic heroes, the 430 Shadow Fiend, and we're gonna double up and double down with the Burning Anti-Mage.
It's
all
like
right.
To me, it's like even if IG win this game, it's still a worrying sight when it's like they're drafting not so much. It doesn't feel like they're drafting with a game like a big game plan to go into like TI5 as like, okay, we've got a game plan, we've got set strategies, we have a playstyle we think works. It's suddenly just become, well, let's pick some comfort heroes and hope we can win with them.
Yeah, it is a big concern actually. I agree with you. Now, if they crush with this lineup, I would maybe feel differently. But if it's a close one and they barely claw out a win, not gonna feel great.
So, Anti-Mage means what LGD want to do. TA, good pick, good against Anti-Mage, and
there we go. Well, didn't call the Anti-Mage, but we did call this TA for maybe. So, a hero that can dominate Shadow Fiend nowadays generally seems like the SF is at least even through the laning stage and normally gets ahead from stacks, but there's a Bounty Hunter X factor here that could come into play, and going to be the director himself handling that one, God.
Hero, I haven't seen Xiao 8 play too much, and surprised I haven't seen Xiao 8 Lina in this set. It's been his beloved support for as long as I can remember over the past 6 months on this patch, but yeah, this gonna be an interesting game. There's not a T8 can definitely dominate the lane. We're gonna see Luo in the offlane on Earthshaker, which means probably Faith will be the one kind of camping the mid lane, maybe helping out a lot there. Lina doesn't really offer that much protection for an SF or even that much kill potential. So for IG, it is a Radiant side SF is the other big thing to remember. You've got all those nearby stacks which you kind of set up for yourself to keep your farm, but for TA, similar story, you're going to be stacking Ancients and just kind of keeping up and farm there. So I think overall, LGD seem to have a much clearer game plan. Gyrocopter, again, in the hands of Sylar is just such a comfort pick, so I give LGD definitely a slight edge as far as the draft goes.
No golden bashers for Burning. I don't know, Guts.
What's he think?
I mean,
surely he's got.
This must be a protest. He must not like the Goldens.
Going for the.
Are those his own? Those are his own self-mades, or? No, those are just random blades.
I like these blades. They look.
I like the rest of the outfit though. It does remind you of that good old Demon Hunter.
These. I was about to say this Anti-Mage would look a lot cooler as he does now than with the bashers. These weapons are way cooler.
I don't know about that. The golden bash. But all right, let's introduce the teams here. We've got Xiao 8. The Bounty Hunter did a bit of scouting already. Got eyes on Chuan as well as Luo. And in the meanwhile, Burning, he does worm through the trees. He's going to eat the tree. This prevents some clockwork shenanigans in the offlane. This is very big, actually.
Dang, that's a big play.
But Xiao 8 may try to set up a first blood here. He does have the Orb of Venom. Going to go for one more Shadow Walk. Out of the pings, I think they saw him. Oh, that's big. That would have been first blood, I think. If he gets the Janata slow on not the Janata slow, the Orb of Venom slow, you run in with your Gyrocopter. If not a first blood, they still do a lot of damage.
They get the D-Ward, though. That's pretty handy for them. As
that's bigger, obviously. And they get an aggressive
That's an unexpected spot to be having that Observer Ward, so.
Now wait, taking a page out of FY's book. He's going to go for an earlier Courier Snipe, it looks like. Now, this is where the Earthshaker can just be the ferry, basically, and bring items out. Shadow Fiend is rushing the bottle as well, so the timing could work out here for Xiao 8. But they've already sentryed. And Xiao 8... oh, the double D-Ward. That's a win for Xiao 8. Do they have an extra sentry anywhere? They do have. They've got 2 more here, but neither is over towards the mid lane.
They have to rotate that one in. There's also a very aggressive mid lane. Chuan at top, he's in trouble.
Way out of position. Chuan just taking the rocket barrage, and he's gonna die to this. He's only got Dragon Slave.
Oh no,
so Fissure almost gets
didn't
Sylar.
Block him in. Or get him on, it didn't even block him at all. It actually had him on the opposite side.
That was way too aggressive from Chuan there. Just totally out of position. Now they had a ward which he didn't know about, but he was in deep. And as a support, Lina with no boots.
It was a boots first Gyrocopter, but as soon as you see that that item, you just play ultra defensive in that lane. So surprising to see that early kill, and I like to see Sylar go for this aggressive build. He's thinking, okay, I'm against an Earthshaker or something, and you've got a ton of zoning potential with this first item boots, and
you're not going to get harassed either, is the expectation. See, do they get the courier snipe? No, 430 going to walk all the way back. But he is missing out on some CS time here. There'll be a couple additional denies as maybe pulls ahead 8-4. 8 and 4, I should say, in terms of his creep score already. So breaking down the lanes, Burning getting good farm, so too is Sylar. This is a pretty potent dual lane, Gods. Earthshaker as well as Lina. Good setup. You've got nice disengage from the Shaker as long as Luo doesn't blow his fissure at the wrong moment, and shouldn't really die together until the Gyro gets his phase boots. But with the first blood, Sylar's already got one component, and then there's always the risk.
The good news is there's not much HP regen in the lane because Sylar went boots first. So if you can kind of harass him a little bit whenever possible, it gives Sylar problems. He can't play aggressive if he's not staying on full
the
HP.
X Factor. They de-warded, and they are going to go in, but Xiaowei doesn't have a point in Janata just yet. He's only level 1. Maybe with the Janata they go for that.
Yeah. And any harass is useful because you want to limit Chuan and Luo's kill potential here on the top lane. Earthshaker Lina a strong lane, but they can't kill the Gyro from full HP. And once they throw their spells, Gyro will just turn around and fight. They throw out casual harass, fissure, Dragon Slave, get Sylar low. They recognize he's got no tangos at all. And
everyone wise out as well, actually.
Yeah, the courier's like busy in use, helping maybe just bottle Crow here. So at some point, they're going to have to free up that courier to maybe deliver some extra tangos towards top.
Now the movement towards bottom by Xiaowei. He's been very active so far in the laning stage. He's going to swing around. Could look for Faith here, though Yao is not really ample when it comes to mana, and he doesn't even have a point in battery assault yet. He's going for the rocket build. Does limit the kill potential of this lane, almost to the point where it's not even worth going. Although Burning is quite low. Will continue to zone out Yao. Still getting his levels here. Not getting a whole lot of farm. And it is a free farm anti-mage. I think IG will be pretty happy with that. Farming the anti-mage. In terms of stacks, there's none yet for the Shadow Fiend, but wouldn't be surprised if some come soon as he gets jumped by Xiaowei mid. Raises. No, that's not going to keep him back, but he has an Invis rune. Should be okay for now anyway.
Casual poking around Xiaowei. Doesn't look like he can get much done as far as the mid lane's concerned. He can't really get kills with just the TA, and I think top lane's probably his best bet as far as finding kills, but the Radiant Sentry Ward already being deployed there, so they have some detection for Bounty Hunter rotating up through the river, and it does kind of prevent Xiaowei from being able to find kills too easily.
So far, the Bounty Hunter pick hasn't resulted in any real kills as far as he's concerned, but he is giving them a lot of good intel. He's scouting for stacks, he's getting wards up around the map. He's now got 2 wards over towards the middle side, and it seems the Shadow Fiend is the emphasis here. They're not trying to shut down Burning early on. They really want to make sure that if 430, if 430 tries to play too greedy in terms of the jungle, they can either gank him there or maybe even steal the stacks, and he might, he maybe can get,
I think it takes two
hits. It takes 2 hits, even with the Shadow Walk, I believe.
That's gonna have to get on the way back. He sees it now with the Observer Ward. We'll see.
It's gonna have the speed burst, but if they get 1 hit from the TA, maybe they can go for it. He's got the speed burst though. Xiaowei, this is going to be a tough one, and he does not quite get it.
3 hits actually. Okay.
If that's, I think it's a, you know what? It's if it's a level 2 Janata or Shadow Walk, you can get that quicker.
Low percentage play either way.
Close.
If they react with the insta speed burst, you don't even get that second rank clip. So at this point, Xiaowei doesn't really have a clear place to be. I think they know there's a Radiant Sentry Ward up top because Dire. They got their Observer Ward got dewarded, so he knows he can't really gank top. The mid lane is just kind of unkillable, so he's doing what he can. He wants to maybe leech some experience at some point, but right now he's not. There's no real lane to free up. At some point, Gyrocopter, once he gets level 7, can start rotating around the map looking for kills. We've seen like aggressive, like his style of smoke with the supports into the enemy jungle, go for kills. Maybe LGD take that approach, and then the Bounty Hunter kind of takes up the safe lane, gets some experience, gets his level 6. But for now, I mean, Xiaowei isn't really achieving too much, but it's not too big of a problem for LGD. He's getting scouting information. He's getting great vision up as well.
Yeah, I'm loving these wards by Xiaowei. They see so much of the map. He is going to make a move on 430. Trap comes through. They've got a haste rune on maybe. This could be trouble. TP out. Good thing he had one, or he would have died there. They had no support inbound. Faith doesn't even have a TP, which may be a situation he wants to correct here soon. Yao now waiting for the 6-minute rune. They're going to get a double rune spawn. Invis, immediately grab, but no mana. Really not ideal. If he had a bottle here, it would make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, pressuring the SF out of lane, that's achievement there for the bounty hunter as well. And
looking for Chuan now.
Yeah.
Xiaowe's making his move. The call down clips him once, and I think that's all they need. Xiaowei comes in from the backside, tries to throw out the stun, but the rocket barrage of Sylar finishes him off. Now Luo TP's in. He could well be the next kill if he's not careful. Got to hug this tower and hold the fissure after you catch someone who's going after you under it.
Being pinged out, Sylar gonna double tango to the south.
Xiaowei will cover his retreat.
Oh, he may get this kill.
What? If he has the call down, he goes for it, but now the TP, beautiful fissure block. Now Sylar has to TP, and the Lina TP a bit too slow, but the enchant totem's there. Can Sylar worm his way out? There's a rotation coming from the Shadow Fiend. Luo left to the rocket barrage. He could suffer from this. Still, Shadow Fiend not quite there yet. One raise. He's gonna hit the double. It's not enough damage, though. They get the kill. They're gonna find Xiaowei as well. Beautiful raises from 430. 3 in a row and 2 huge kills. All of a sudden, the Shadow Fiend mid is right back in it, dead even with Maybe's TA.
That's kind of some next level Earthshaker plays. He's level 3 and has a 1-1-1 build. That's unexpected. He was thinking, he saw the Earthshaker use Fissure and he's like, okay, it's a level 3 Earthshaker.
TP up.
Yeah, you TP up because he hasn't, level 4 is normally where you get a point in totem and aftershock, but he went for a very, snipe to the
That's a fast Ice Blast. 7.5 minutes already.
And why? Just
almost got Luo actually as well. He was fairly close.
This is a farmed AA as well, but getting that early point in the totem as well as aftershock, just having level 1 Fissure at level 3, yeah, securing a kill. Something unexpected for the Gyrocopter.
Well, as quickly as they have that nice 2-hero kill, LGD strike back, and not only is it a highly leveled AA, but he's about to get that Midas recipe. Doesn't look like he wants to go for the Ags first. 430, trapped at the river, TP out, not gonna happen. Went for the rune on his own with no vision, and he pays the price. That was a risky rune to go for. And he may die again to this. Maybe now picks up a double damage rune. I believe his upgraded boots coming out. There's the treads. This is where LGD kind of want to break down the lanes. They're about to get level 6 on Yao. They already have the Bounty Hunter moving around a lot. Ice Blast online. Your Gyrocopter 6 as well. They just want to start finding kills.
Yeah, Gyro's going to roam for the most part. He's only going to be top if he wants to pressure the tower, where he's going to come back to. So MMY close to a Midas on the AA. And the other big hero they want to get some experience on is still the Bounty Hunter. And also Clockwork, not level 6 yet. So Yao can join up with the roaming party once he hits level 6.
Now it did reveal Chuan's smoke there, and just continues running towards bottom as Bernie blinks away from Yao. Xiaowei has been getting some fantastic vision. One of the wards just got dewarded though, which is nice. They chuck out a fissure, but Yao's way too far back to go on, and they're committing 4 heroes bottom. The Ice Blast keep it coming in. It will hit on a couple. Hey, don't go yet. They're waiting for the follow-up, and that's coming from Maybe with his double damage rune. If anybody gets off on their own, they could be easy pickings.
He's just looking around for some stacks, I think.
Oh, he's looking for 430 now.
No TP scroll at the moment.
Didn't actually see him. Yeah. IG are just in such a defensive posture, and LGD, they don't have to kill here, gods. They can just farm if they want. They may go for kills.
They may go in 430. Yeah, they see he has no TP, and with a DD Templar Assassin.
For the early chain now, the double raise hits though. Maybe it's going to be rather low. This may discourage the dive. Let's see if he wants to go for it. TP's coming in. The Ice Blast is there. 430. Got to get out of range. Oh, it hits Faith as well. He's going to drop for this. They force out a double TP.
Okay.
That's a massive commitment, and Faith is even required to Grave to survive this. That was 4 heroes coming through the mid lane, and
Xiaowei's creating a lot of space this game. It's very impressive. And also just getting, he's the one controlling everything. He's getting deep wards, he's got complete vision for his team and forcing these teleport rotations constantly, which for IG, apart from that fight at top where they got the 2 kills, and that was just because of just a slight outplay, it felt like, from the Earthshaker onto the Gyrocopter cancelling the TP, IG aren't really achieving anything with their TP rotation.
It does feel like they're reacting when they ideally want to be the ones making plays, but they don't have a hero like a Clockwork, who we haven't even seen come into play yet, or a Bounty Hunter. Their heroes are more team fight centric, I want to say, with the Earthshaker, the Lina. No reliable gankers here. Nobody who's a surprise threat, really. You can generally see them coming. They did go for a smoke earlier bottom, but that one didn't pay off. And now LGD on the move. Ice Blast is ready, and they're looking for an opening here. 430, may get scouted out. There's the hook. It found not 1, but 2. The Ice Blast coming through. What a great way to start the fight. They can grave 1 here, but somebody's going down to this. It looks like maybe both. 430, Requiem. He's going to die as he pops it. Oh, Luo lucky to survive that one. Chuan does manage to find 1 hero, maybe almost falling at the tower, but he'll barely get away. Gets the refraction up. and does make it out. Not a terrible fight here, but if they get the rocket barrage off the kill, Tron, it could be bad. Sylar low. Is there another slave? No mana for it. Almost got an additional hero. Oh. All the while, though, Burning is farming. So not all is lost now for IG fans. He is officially the leader in net worth. Battle Fury, it's done. He's got the completed Battle Fury at 11.5 minutes. One of the fastest possible timings you can hit without a tower.
Yeah, no tower, no kills, just purely farming the lane. His CS
90
is
CS.
Up there.
He's not missed a creep. I mean, maybe a creep, but that's about it.
Yeah, about to say, LD, he's missed a creep, nothing more. just the singular. But
he's only missed one to remind us that Burning 2 is human.
Yeah.
Barely.
This guy is Mr. Anti-Mage for a reason, and well, IG, there's still hope. You've got this Anti-Mage. I like that they blocked off the TA Ancient stacks. I think it only got up to maybe a double stack before he farmed it. Maybe a triple stack, but either way, he doesn't have that continued sustainable farm to kind of keep up with potentially an SF and an Anti-Mage.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because we saw last game it was something they didn't deal with versus the maybe Bristleback. Yeah. So IG are adjusting, and I also feel like a lot of teams have kind of forgotten about the Ancient stacks or just haven't put enough priority on it in this tournament. I distinctly recall earlier yesterday, Arteezy playing TA farmed like a quad stack uncontested with 5 heroes alive and even in the neighborhood, but they had no vision of it. So it seems like more and more we are seeing teams focus on the Ancient stacking, a lot of farming at this stage of the game where that had fallen off for a while, and the heroes that are great at clearing them are back in vogue. So definitely something teams want to keep an eye on.
Xiao 8, by the way, now hits level 6. He just spent some time in the bottom lane getting some experience for himself, and gonna give LGD kind of another boost in where they are.
They'd love to kill Burning right now, but they need more than just the bounty. Yeah, not enough.
Probably not a possible kill with even with an Ice Blast. Maybe a Clockwork Hook. I mean, they're bringing a lot of heroes here. They're committing to this.
He's tracked. This should give Burning pause. But he doesn't have a TP just yet. If he just blinks out and TPs away, he'll be fine. But if he sticks around the tower for much longer, they've got to crack at him. A hook shot into an Ice Blast could spell his doom, but if he sits behind the tower, it's a tricky dive.
It's very much which direction he blinks. They're going to try and maybe predict his blink to the left and like camp the gyro there, but if he blinks like deeper in the trees, they probably can't kill him.
And when they see nobody defending top, they know something's up. Burning, getting a bit scared. The track is going to wear off now.
A very deep ward coming out from Xiao 8 in this Radiant jungle.
But I have to point out, as great as the warding from LGD has been, IG have been so committed to the D-warding. Sentry's just peppering the map everywhere you look.
Mini-map.
And they've kept it reasonably dark, though. They may lose the courier here. Xiao 8, he's been hunting for these, and this time, Janata, one more auto attack, and he got it. No actual items on it, but still, the kill is sweet. They'll track Burning. These 3 can kill him.
Clockwork's already rotated towards top, so they may be focusing their efforts towards top lane and taking a fight there.
They scared him out, though. They scared Burning away as soon as he TP's
and now
mid.
they're TPing top.
Another going with the hook shot onto 430. The Ice Blast coming through. He does end up getting clipped by it with maybe looking for the follow-up damage. 430 will drop again. He seems to be the one that suffers from all this aggression. Chuan will make it out, and they push on mid. Burning is split pushing now. This should be a tier 1 down mid. That's not a terrible fight, honestly. The Shadow Fiend dies. He spent his gold. Eul Scepter almost complete, which he goes back for. He opted not to complete a mech. I think the right choice given you're up against the AA, as well as the fact that he just keeps on getting caught by the hookshot Ice Blast combo.
Yeah, as much as like a Shadow Fiend for a Clock's a bad trade, I think overall for IG that's good. And this is not like a classic 430 Shadow Fiend game where he's kind of the main carry and Burning's playing something less farm-dependent. This is an anti-mage game, so this is going to be a less farm-intensive Shadow Fiend performance. And yeah, you want him to kind of keep up and be like number 3, number 4 on the net worth chart or whatever it may be, or even number 2 behind Burning. But it's less important for him to like stay alive and snowball out of control. It's all about creating space for the Anti-Mage. So in that scenario, Anti-Mage gets a tower, gets a ton of space, hits level 11. That's pretty, I think IG will be pretty satisfied.
Eul Scepter has been picked up now. Man, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen one. Partially because there are less Ancient Apparition picks, so the mech's almost always good, but I also just think teams have been using Shadow Fiend more as a team fighter, and this could be your first Requiem. Xiao 8 takes it in the face, and he'll drop to the AoE damage. Gives 430 his level 11. Happy to collect that kill. But now Chuan top lane has to be careful. Yao getting caught. Laguna, not enough. He's going to get hooked, and Chuan is going to be left for the Wolves, and the Wolves are hungry. They'll take him down. A 1-for-1 around the map, a bounty hunter for Alina. And meanwhile, a tower bottom.
A tower bottom and top. Yeah, top gets denied, but it's still map control going the way of IG. And
Bernie should definitely commit for this, and he'll stick around.
there was TP's top from LGD, so they can't really get bottom as well. And well, it's just a bounty TPing. This is it's like, okay.
Nice track, bro.
Yeah. Take that and just come blink on you, and yeah, there we go. Give him some mana break.
Now's around the time where his spidey senses will start tingling. He sees the trap and he gets out. So let's talk about the Templar assassin of maybe gods. Are we going to see the Deso rush again this game? He does pick up the early Mithril Hammer.
He's exactly completed. Deso Blink, standard. Deso Blink BKB, that's pretty much as standard it's going to get. And
it seems like the new standard here. The Blink first does not seem to be nearly as popular
And
now.
some games maybe you don't get the BKB if you have the defensive support. You have like a Dazzle on your team. You have teammates who can heal you up, solo crest you, whatever it may be. But especially a team like LGD will very often go for the BKB.
A lot of towers dropping early this game without contest. That will be the 5th tower down around the map. The IG make their move into the LGD jungle, farming the enemy neutrals, and with the Deso complete, does seem like LGD are going to have eyes on Roche relatively soon. They see Luo now walking right over a Templar Assassin trap and even marches towards mid. They're wrapping around. Xiao8 looking to get the backstab on him, throws out the track.
I think like last game, very hard for IG to take a team fight. It's going to require Antimate to get a lot more farm before they reach that point, so probably not going to see IG group up to try and contest Rosh, and if anything, they'll look for a trade for a tier 2 tower, or at least a lot of just lanes pushed out. It's just, I mean, TA's in the Rosh pit now, just soloing Rosh.
Chuan again, he's the victim here. Ice Blast, hook, and dead. Not much he can do.
That's really good use of resources. They have a TA soloing Roshan, a Clockwork solo killing a support, and they're stopping Burning from... Burning was trying to farm and push the T2 tower, which they're also dealing with by sending Sylar up there. LGD just being very efficient. Often you see teams maybe like would send 3 heroes bottom for that kill, or they'd have 3 heroes dealing with the anti-mage top and not get that kill, but LGD are getting so much out of the map, just splitting their heroes up perfectly to deal with the anti-mage split push, stop the laner from being greedy and farming while taking Roshan.
Good news, 430 is also farming well here and is building towards a BKB. That will be a big item. There is a TA to deal with him, but outside of the TA, nobody can really scratch him while the BKB is active, and it may allow IG to... Then maybe they can look for some team fights. Pretty strong with the BKB. You've got the Fissure, the Lina AoE, but you need that frontline hero, which until he gets a BKB, they just don't have.
Yeah.
Coming soon. We'll see Bernie go into Vlad's. This seems to be the build now. There's no more Manta early on, and it used to be like the Battle Fury into Vlad's was kind of a niche build, but nowadays it feels like this is just what everybody wants. Split push. You don't really pick AM ever to fight early and just focus on your economy as much as possible.
You farm so much faster, and you can't actually sustain your mana pool with Blink Spam without the Vlad, so it just synergizes so nicely with good farming efficiency.
Keep the bottom lane going his way. They're also split pushing in top, and that's going to draw LGD back a bit. The IG slow the game down. Sylar working right now on a double stack of neutrals, but Bernie forces out a glyph, and he will back off.
For
just
me,
ping-pong around the map.
Yeah, for me, the big problem for IG is just that LGD are getting great farm across the board. Clockwork's playing much more utility role. He's being well surpassed by the AA, but this is an AA who's well on his way towards an Ag Scepter, more than halfway to the Ag Scepter, and also level 11. Bounty Hunter's working on a mech already for the team. They're going to just reach this scary point where IG, yeah, you've got to farm Shadow Fiend with a BKB and an Anti-Mage with a Manta Style and all that, but you're against 5 heroes with tons of play potential.
Oh, Burning taking a beating here for maybe. He'll have to TP out. If that Ice Blast hit him, he was dead. As Faith and Xiao8 engage, they hook. They do isolate Faith. Can he get off the grave in time? Yes, sir. But can he make his way out of this one is the question. Luo throws out a Fissure. It's not the Fissure they were looking for. That's a 2-hero track kill. And LGD continue to just pick apart these squishy and delicious IG backline heroes.
IG just, I mean, similar story to last game where IG just resorting to split push. They never really seem to have a collective plan apart from looking to rely on some of their individual players to just make the right calls, use their map awareness to solo split push lanes, which is on point, but it's not going to win you games. Maybe a game here or there where you have an incredible performance, and so far Burning sitting on 200 CS at 21 minutes in the game. That's as good as it gets for an anti-mage, but even with like the dream anti-mage performance, IG are behind.
And with track gold, no matter how much he farms, one bad fight is going to cost his team mightily. They do make their move on a Sylar here. They've got eyes on him. The Eul Scepter comes out. There's no BKB just yet. There's your Requiem. That's on Tula. Going to follow up. Finally, IG get their opening. And Burning even emerges from the battlefield. Find an additional kill with the Mana Void. IG strike with Hammer. And they find kills. That's a much-needed boost of momentum. And all of a sudden, the game gets a lot more comfy for them.
Yeah, that's the kind of play IG were just missing out on. Like going for these smoke movements, using just... SF didn't even have a BKB as the thing there, and they can make a play like that happen. Clockwork almost got close enough with the battery assault to cancel the Requiem, which could have maybe made that fight go very differently, but ultimately IG need to take more chances and just not play this kind of passive defensive style, which isn't really working for them. I mean, LGD play, like LGD, the stereotype's always that they're defensive, but they're always very objective-based. IG are defensive with no real objectives in mind.
Well, showing a different approach here. Let's see if they can keep it up. Manta coming very soon for Burning. 430 BKB now complete, so no way to cancel the Requiem aside from a hook shot. They get a little more freedom to move around this map, and same moment, maybe finds a DD. He has completed a Crystallis as well as a Blink Dagger, and once the Daedalus comes online, that's where he can just start popping some heads off. We saw what Arteezy was able to do with the same build-up yesterday, and it is on paper a pretty good matchup for TA. TA versus Anti-Mage until he gets to like Basher at Butterfly status. Very tough to lock down. Lua wanting to go on him. Oh, he'll blink away. I was like, I don't think that's your fight, buddy.
No, not a fight you want to win. Yeah, the late game is going to be interesting. Anti-Mage with Blink Abyssal Manta has that great solo kill potential. You can go in the TA, burn all the mana during the Abyssal Blade, and then you straight up solo kill a TA in a fight. So it's going to come down to who gets the better jump and who can get kind of more out of their supports. That's where IG have been trying for some time to get Farm on Flam, but he's been getting picked up a lot.
They're going to echo for this. Get the free kill, and Bernie will take the last hit. That's the Manta pretty much done. He'll buy the ultimate orb as well, and the recipe already coming out.
This is 23 minutes.
It may not be a record on Anti-Mage, but considering that he's basically just been farming all game, that's as impressive as it gets. Over 10 CS a minute already.
It's about to hit
like you said, the dream Anti-Mage game. If this isn't enough for IG to win, then I don't know what is.
Got the Ag Scepter up on MMY now. LGD are gonna, I mean, they're at least, as far as LGD concerned, this is like the kind of position they're comfortable with. By no means are they like ahead or anything, but they can play from here. They like playing into the late game. It's where the decision making for them, for the most part, has, I mean, it took them ahead of Cloud9. It's very disciplined, and they're very good at, we saw in the previous game one where they made that one mistake dealing with a split push, but once they kind of messed up, they learned their lesson, adjusted, and worked from there. And I think they're just going to play discipline, not let Anti-Mage get away with too much split push, not look to do any kind of Rax trades unless they're forced into it.
But I do think this game is different because IG have a better lineup to go for split push. Like, they have more wave clear, much better team fight than having an Undying at 45 minutes. You've got lockdown from your supports, the threat of a big Blink Echo that can really discourage aggression. So
they can cancel the TPs, which they couldn't last game.
And they've got, that's a good point. And they also have like a true dual core here with a Shadow Fiend and an AM, not a Tiny is really the only big damage dealer later on. So on paper, it's a bit better equipped for the style, but still, LGD, it's not like they can't also go to the late game.
On the other side, LGD don't have those disables is the thing. So Anti-Mage split pushing, can you actually kill this guy?
Maybe it's a late game Hex or Abyssal for the TA. Or the Bounty Hunter Hex. We saw that the other day. But that's a long way off.
So Bounty got the Headdress, then went back for Staff of Wizardry. Maybe a full staff. We'll have to wait and see. Eul Scepter, but
definitely not a Dagon at this point. That's way too late for that.
That's not. It doesn't give anything against SF or Anti-Mage with a problem here. So probably full staff. But yeah, for LGD, they don't have that good catch potential, and Anti-Mage split pushing is somewhat invulnerable until they get a Hex, Abyssal, and Clockwork can hook in, try to save them a bit longer with the Cogs push. But
you can see Burning certainly feels invincible. Blinking comfortably through the enemy jungle, up into the tier 2 tower. And he's drawing them back, just toying with LGD right now. He moves through the woods. Meanwhile, LGD, they're the ones playing defense, stacking Ancients, sitting mostly on their side of the map and no longer really out farming IG despite the Midas, despite having a bounty hunter. They're not getting crack kills.
Yeah.
But there's the hook. That could change quickly. 430 has the Eel Scepter BKB. He could just look for the TP out. Will the melt damage be enough? It is! Can't even get out of there in time. Maybe with the Crystallis doing good work. And the meanwhile, though, the Dire Courier getting sniped. Carrying a ring of regen.
Is that the pesky neutrals?
I think the neutrals got aggro.
I think the SF Requiem like aggro them over or something. That's
it's not terrible though. They're gonna go in bottom instead.
IG.
Where's the creeps? Not quite here in time. Oh, Bernie wants to commit for this.
Bounty hunter. Could have got that, but felt like he made the safe choice just to back off. Once the ice pots hits him.
If TA is there, that's the main risk.
Yeah,
nobody else is really going to threaten him now.
Yeah, TA keeping up on farm with the anti-mage for the most part, but it's always going to come down to when can LGD go for that push. They haven't got the same answers to the split push like they did last game. TA can keep farming, looking to get geared towards 6-odd, but Burning's going to do the same thing, and Abyssal Blade, Butterfly, that's when Anti-Mage becomes problematic. His ability to teamfight, he can give the Gyrocopter, the TA, whoever he wants to jump on with that Abyssal Blade, and LGD don't really have that good defensive support to keep them alive. They don't have Force Staffs yet, they don't have Glimmer Capes. Clockwork can try and hookshot in. Oh, they've got the one...
Oh, Burning, he blinked into maybe. Great anticipation there, but the Manta is all he needs to walk away. That looked as it could be an amazing trap, but Manta saving lives here and showing just why it's such a great late game item.
Burning goes back for his action. He says, these are mine. Maybe.
Maybe could have farmed those, but he was just hoping for the Burning pick.
So Butterfly going to be Burning's next item choice. It's always after the trio Vlad's Manta Battle Fury, you see all kinds of items. You see Hearts, BKBs,
Heart really not that. Heart has really fallen off in popularity, especially in AM. It feels like usually it's Butterfly. BKB situationally, and yeah, usually that Abyssal Blade at some point. Hell, Divine Rapier.
Yeah.
Maybe today's a Divine Rapier game for Burning.
So probably just Butterfly Abyssal. I don't even think he needs the BKB that badly. He's not really in that much risk of dying. I mean, TA with the Daedalus and the Clockwork initiation can kind of get low, but yeah, we just saw the Meta style helps him out so much. So I think Butterfly Abyssal is built here.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side, if you're maybe here, you don't complete your Daedalus. Maybe you just go into a straight MKB as a solution, because he's pretty farmed. He's rather close to it.
I mean, he can get both items so quickly at this rate. Is the other thing. He has the money for the Daedalus now. And the Butterfly, I guess, will have a small while before he gets the MKB. Burning.
Oh, Burning. No mana for the Mana Void.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back off.
Still chasing MOI with illusions. Had to Force Staff away there.
Like, keep him alive, but you can see the pressure is really coming more from IG. While Bernie was doing that, the rest of the team was busy pushing down the tier 2 top, and the one outer tower remains. That is the split push game that you love to see if you're an anti-mage. LG just playing defense, as you mentioned, and it's worth highlighting again and again. They do not have catch until they get a Hex on the Bounty Hunter, an Abyssal on the TA, or something unconventional along those lines. They're going to have to catch somebody out of position in order to get killed.
And I guess a Clockwork's going for an Ag Scepter, so as far as Scythe of Ice buyers go, Ancient Apparition is filthy rich, so he's
probably going to get one. The only issue is that he's rather immobile. So you can't count on the Scythe being in the fight.
Yeah, he's picked up the Ultimate Orb now, so definitely a Hex build from him, which is a must-buy. But yeah, as far as being there, like, TA can blink on an Anti-Mage, but AA struggles to just walk up. If you go near the Anti-Mage, you get blinked on Abyssal. That may just be a dead AA before he can even use the Hex.
Maybe is keeping up here, and we're starting to see the separation between the 1 and 2 positions on these teams is... Again, Sylar, despite playing the gyro, just playing second fiddle to maybe.
This has been a slow game for Sylar. Like, he tried to rotate early off the lane a little bit, didn't get too much done, and hasn't kept up whatsoever. I guess the Ancients have been going the way of the TA, but they have not been able to really create room for Sylar to get much farm on the map.
It partially seems deliberate by the team that Sylar is not really the old Sylar. Oh, Luo, trapped, has no Force Staff, and with the hook, the track coming in, that's 3 heroes, maybe, so thank you very much, I'll take the last hit. And it's going to be split push time if you're the anti-mage.
Yeah, last game LGD were grouping up, trying to deal with the split push and then group up and go for pushes. But this time around, LGD, because they don't have the ability to really 5-man push or deal with burning split pushing, they have to just play much more defensively. It is a very different game to last game because of that. And the game plan is to just go for track kills where possible. Bounty Hunters scout the map, try find pickoffs, and TA and Gyrocopter just need to keep on farming, keep on gearing up towards that 6-slotted late game status. You want a Daedalus plus MKB on TA. You want Gyrocopter to get MKB and more. Like, he needs a butterfly as well.
Radiant's top tower
This is going to be a long, slow road for Sylar to kind of reach a state where LGD can win this game, it feels like.
Maybe that's where the Midas does come into play. This MMY farm is...
Yeah, he's...
is getting pretty out of hand. He's a solid 3k up on Chuan, and normally Lina is a much better farmer than Ancient Apparition.
He's only 3k gold behind like his Gyrocopter. That to me is, or maybe a bit more than that, but
yeah,
the fact
that's almost more impressive.
It feels like he's like right behind a Gyrocopter, which is like your safe lane farmer Sylar. So MKB now purchased, Sylar getting there, but this is still very slow, very late. And
I think they go for double here. Maybe just got BOTs. Now he's cleared out an item slot. So you can always have a TP as they find 430. A beautiful hook by Yao. Then pushes him right back into the waiting arms of maybe. Yao actually the one to get the last hit. But they are finding the picks, Gods. And it's starting to be enough where I think IG have to be a little uncomfortable. Sure, they've been free farming their AM, but Burning's getting close to peak anti-mage. I mean, there's a Vlad's you can replace. You can get upgraded Boots of Travel if you'd like, and one more item. But that's about it. You always need the Battle Fury for the split push. You need your Manta. There's not a whole lot of other places to go.
Yeah, I think a lot goes back to what we kept on asking about IG is like, what's the overall game plan for trying to win this game? Burning.
He's trying to man fight maybe, but he wasn't prepared for Sylar to join the fray, and now has to blink his way out of here. The homing missile won't find him in time. He ends up forcing out a very long duration BKB. That's 9-second charge.
Burning's actually unkillable. I mean, that was... He blinked into a TA plus Gyrocopter.
Until TA gets MKB, and maybe he's going to lose his Aegis soon. He's very close if he wants it. He's already bought double Javelin, so in fact, he's already got MKB. Next time he gets caught, he's dead if that happens.
That's gonna be a nice little pickup there. Burning
Boink.
Across the map.
That's so annoying.
At the same time, by then, Burning may have even just a Bash Abyssal Blade, and you throw in a couple Bash on the TA, maybe he can fight into the TA.
I don't think he can fight both of them like the way he ended up doing there, though. If it's just one, I agree.
Yeah.
You just get that first Meld Strike with a Deso, and Anti-Mage has lost, what is that, 12 armor at that point? Or no, it's even more than that.
Fight brewing.
Fight potentially, but Luo's going to miss on the Enchant Totem initiation. Fortunately for him, Yao also whiff hookshot. A double whiff whammy. As IG back off. Burning's just going to split push during this time. The rest of the team baiting as he just drives the creep into the tower, and he goes to work. Some excellent space created here. And yeah, sure, you've got the Earthshaker. It is a big track kill as well. 3 heroes at least getting gold for that, but Glyph forced out. Tower will take quite a bit of damage. Gets out. I think LGD is still happy with the 3-hero track kill.
Yeah, it's a bit of damage on your tier 3, quite a lot of damage on the tier 3 tower, but I mean, for LGD, this is kind of what their lineup can do right now. Find track kills here and there, continue to farm. TA's about to be 6-slotted, but it's the Gyrocopter who needs to be getting the farm priority almost at this stage of the game, it feels like.
He might be a one-shot for maybe.
I think he may go with the SF even.
He might get a double kill here. One, and looking for more. Oh, 430 Yules. He's got a BKB TP, maybe not going to pursue. Worried about additional rotations, which were coming from Burning.
By Xiao.
He's just keeping up. This Templar Assassin it's a total free farm safe lane anti-mage, and there's just no fear here. Single auto attack coming out.
Tron has picked up a gem for the team. I imagine maybe even some time ago. This is a must-buy item against this roaming bounty hunter. The TA traps giving LGD tons of vision and map control as well. So
I just want to go back to what you were talking about, Gods. The way the game's going, even if we suppose the carries are dead even as far as their fight contributions, it feels like it's going to come down to the support farm, and that's where you just have to favor LGD right now. They've basically got a Scythe of Ice on MMY.
Dazzle's been a non-factor. Lina kind of got some kills earlier on in the game, but is quickly seems to be becoming a pseudo non-factor.
Maybe committing. Does force out another BKB charge. He's been chewing through these without getting a whole lot done. Something IG will be happy with. There was 7 seconds BKB now.
I mean, IG group has 5 here. I feel like we've only seen IG try and make one move this whole game where they kind of smoked in the jungle, found a couple kills. I feel like they need to go for more of that.
And it worked. It was the crazy part. It worked really well, but since then they've stopped it. I'm not sure what the discussion is like in the war room, but you know, I imagine it must be just wait, one more item. I almost have my Abyssal. You know, I almost have my Eye of Scotty, says 430. He's just completed it now. Sure, but it has been awful passive.
It's always very like your carry play, like Burning's probably saying like, I can just split push for days. They can't pick me off. Like we can just play this style. But at some point, maybe there is merit in joining up with your team and just playing 5v5 because you've got an Antimate's this far. You can take advantage of the fact he can't be killed, not to split push, but to win any team fight maybe.
Gonna now push out the top lane, but
they've got great control. Like they have the kind of control advantage with the Earthshaker offering plenty of lockdown in a fight. Lina as well, giving AoE stuns potentially, but even just a lot of extra burst damage as well in the fight.
Oh, there's a team fight brewing. LGD moving in mid. Fisher's gonna discourage Xiao-H's chase. Yao went for a hook. Balls of cogs, but 430 able to make his way out of this one. Even threw out a Yule Scepter, maybe expecting an Ice Blast.
I think it was getting rid of the track.
It just keeps, it's just LGD constantly the ones on the offensive here. And now they're going to walk down mid. They've just, it's almost like they're inside IG's heads. And IG just don't think they can fight at all.
KB Scotty SF, he on the front lines can get a lot done. This Gyrocopter is not scary. That's a big thing here. The one item I feel like is actually going to make quite a big difference is the 4-star on Lure, just getting that extra bit of mobility for the team. Even like a Glimmer Cape on Dazzle is very close. So these are two small kind of expected support items to have at 37 minutes, but they haven't got them yet. But they can make quite a lot of difference in a fight. Negating some magic damage coming out from the Gyrocopter, cooldown Rocket Barrage, the Ancient Apparition with the Glimmer Cape, potentially even escaping some Focus Fire if the hero isn't tracked. So. And more importantly, I think the 4-staff is just to get away from the TA, because if TA gets onto someone like the Earthshaker or the SF, you need to have that 4-staff protection.
There is the Hex. Omoya, despite playing a 4 position, is looking more and more like a core. He's long since outstripped his own Clockwork. He is the 3 position, as Faith instantly self-graves the second that he gets tracked, dropping a ward, and he knows he's basically a one-shot now for Maybe, who's dangerously close to Daedalus territory.
Roshan respawning very soon. I'm wondering, this is probably a Gyrocopter Aegis just because Gyrocopter is space while TA is 6-slotted.
All right, we've been waiting for it, and finally we're going to get it. A massive team fight brewing. Maybe moving in. Bernie's not going to be the one they jump on. It's Faith's Dazzle, assassinated off the bat by Maybe. And he goes in. They get a fissure on Maybe. He can't BKB. He's chain stunned for days. And Bernie brings him down with a big old Monovoid. Now he's Hexed, but there's no one to do the damage during the Hex. It's up to Sylar inside of the cogs. Bernie blinking out, not getting cold feeded, and IG have them where they want them. That Templar Assassin is the core of the LGD team. By now another bash, another takedown for Burning. Going on the Dazzle felt great, but as soon as they burst the TA, the fight's just over, and it goes back to what you said. This Gyrocopter is just not going to be able to man fight.
This game, to me, all IG have to do to win any team fight is blink echo the TA. Once TA gets chain stunned, she can't BKB. Burning blinks in with a basher, and once that's an Abyssal Blade, you can actually kill the TA during.
They're going for it. The Eruption's dropping quickly. That's a nice Ice Blast. Connects on 2. Luo in danger, and Maybe rushes in. He's going to bring down 1. Where's the bashes? This could end up being a dieback for Maybe, and it will be. Birdie takes him down again. There's no TA for 100. This may be Rax. A double. He wants the Roche. No, he wants the kills. He's going on to Sylar instead. Another bash. Burning on his favorite hero.
Dieback
going to work. The triple, the double dieback, and now it's down mid for IG. Forget about the Roche. We want a point.
Get a Rapier, Bernie. The 2 carries are dead. Oh, he gets the Abyssal Blade.
You can't argue with it. It's easy solo kill damage. Also quicker.
Yeah.
But he's going to keep on pressing in. Burning looking for more here. The tier 2 gonna fall. IG having LGD finally on the ropes. No cores for 60 seconds. It's an age before they come back.
Double Rax at least. You could theoretically go for Throne. Double Rax is a safe play, so I imagine what we'll see IG look to go for here. potentially even a third lane of Rex. There's just nothing LGD can do to defend at this point.
And all of a sudden, Burning is 10k up on the enemy cores after that one team fight. He's just gotten so incredibly far ahead, rotating onto the bottom lane. Invictus Gaming looking to make this a 1-1 and give them a lot of confidence as they take a game off of the previously undefeated LGD. Yao getting trapped by Luo, but this is just buying time. They've caved in the bottom and middle lanes. 4 working on bottom, Burning alone. Gonna solo the top lane. He'll bring down the tier 3. There's another hook, a desperate stalling play by Yao, but without the cores, there's simply no way. And I feel any moment here, LGD may even consider a GG out. MMY trapped and finished. Mincemeat for the Burning meat grinder, and IG take it. They make it 1-1. They do it on the back of some big signature anti-mage play from Burning. Whew, a sigh of relief for them. But for LGD, they're still looking great here in Group A. They've only dropped 1 game through the first 6.
Yeah, and for IG, it's a bit of a confidence booster. They just beat the top team in this group currently. They've got tough matches ahead with Secret being in this group as well, but it's, to me, still worrying for